Welcome to Movie Division. Today I'm going to recap the horror mystery thriller movie entitled 1408. Spoilers ahead, so watch out. The movie opens with Mike Inslin, a writer who has been working in the horror genre for many years. He travels far to a hotel on a rainy night and meets the manager of the hotel. The manager and his wife, she-manager. The couple gets excited after seeing Mike there, and they start telling him about how a maid hung herself in the hotel. Many people have complained to them about listening to the noises coming from the room where a whole family died of tuberculosis. Mike does not pay attention to this and gets the keys to the specific room to spend the night there. Mike enters the room and finds nothing suspicious there. Following that, Mike is seen surfing on a beach when he gets distracted and a wave hits him, making him fall into the water. When Mike wakes up, he finds himself on the shore, and the man who rescued him approaches to see whether he is fine. After that, Mike visits the post office and collects all the mails he has received. Mike sees all the mail roughly when a mysterious mail from his friend Sam draws his attention, informing him and abiding him from entering room 1408 of a hotel named Dolphin. Mike gets interested in this and gets all the information about deaths that have taken place in the specific room and the Dolphin. Mike contacts his boss and friend Sam and informs him that he is willing to go to New York to check the room. Sam informs him that he has everything ready for him with the aid of his lawyer. In the next scene, Mike reaches Dolphin Hotel, and when he wants to check in room number 1408, the girl at the desk asks him to wait and summons the manager. After a while, the manager, Gerald Olin, arrives and meets Mike. Olin tries to change the room's topic and keeps hitting the bushing so that Mike may not get the room. But Mike insists, and Olin leads him inside the office. Olin offers him an old beer and tells him about the horrific story of the hotel. Mike does not believe him and takes everything lightly until Olin informs him that a total of 5 deaths occurs in 1408. Mike is stunned to hear this, but he does not give up and insists on getting the room keys. Olin, having no other options, have to give the keys and gets inside the lift with Mike to lead him to the 11th floor. On their way, Mike informs him that the room opens once in 10 months with all the property security and procedures. He also mentions when a maid got locked inside and was found blind after a few months. Olin stops at a specific point and asks Mike to continue his journey up to the room as he could not come with him. Mike reaches his room and finds a lady with a baby shifting to the room next to his. Finally, Mike enters the room and starts making fun of Olin as he finds everything normal inside the room. He enters the washroom and messes up the tissues intentionally to indicate that nothing is wrong with the room. He watches TV and gets bored, after which he starts looking at the paintings inside the room and starts recording what he feels about the painting. After that, the thermostat controller of the room runs into an issue, and Mike contacts the front desk and they assure him that an engineer will shortly visit him to fix it. Mike sits waiting for the engineer and talks to his radio for motivation to keep strong, stating and recalling all the horrific places they have been together. After a while, the engineer arrives, but he refuses to enter the room. Mike insists, but the engineer guides him and helps him fix the thermostat. When Mike returns to thank him, he learns that the engineer has left. Mike opens a window and is watching outside when he gets scared after listening to a weird song that starts playing on its own. When Mike returns, he finds chocolates on his bed and turns the radio off, thinking about how the chocolates came. He also learns that someone has fixed the tissues back into their place. Mike thinks someone is playing with him, and when he tries to catch the man, he finds no one inside the room. Mike returns to his room and worries about what is going on, and suddenly a timer indicates that Mike has 1 hour. Mike comprehends that this is why no one has survived more than an hour in the room. David then stops listening, and as he tries to get out the window, he falls and injures his hand severely. When Mike tries to wash his hand, the water gets extremely hot, and he contacts the front desk, which is talking to him strangely and does not help him get out of the room. Mike spots a man in front of a building, and when he asks him for help, the man starts imitating, and soon he learns that it's Mike himself. Mike watches the other version of himself getting attacked, and as he watches, he finds the same man trying to kill him, but soon he vanishes. Mike becomes terrified and records himself, motivating himself by stating that he has been through the worst. Mike spots someone in the vents, and as he looks, he finds a camera there, and thinks that Olin has set him up as he has given him booze and has been recording him. He is scared in the bedroom when the TV turns on and plays the video of Mike with his daughter Katie and wife Lily. Mike gets sad watching this family together and happy because his daughter has died of cancer. Suddenly, Mike listens to the baby's cries and tries to knock at the door to draw the attention of the lady living next to him. But soon, the cries reach extreme levels and become unbearable for Mike, and he throws a chair at the wall, after which the screams stop. Mike is standing still, finding himself helpless when he listens to his father's voice, and upon following the voice, he finds him in the washroom. When Mike approaches his father, he quickly acknowledges that he is not real and becomes terrified of him. Mike fails to process the situation and thinks he is not real and may be dreaming. He decides to step out of the window and climb to the window of the next room when he spots blood coming out of the wall and hears frightening voices from the other side of the wall. He gets out of the window after calculating the steps, and then he starts walking on the edge. He learns that there is no other room and he is trapped there. Mike rushes back and watches the ghost of a lady who died by jumping out of the window. He gets scared of her, but somehow he manages to climb inside. Mike returns to his room and finds that it has changed. He visualizes the day his daughter is diagnosed with cancer and is about to die. He is standing still, recalling the worst memory of his life when the light goes off. As Mike steps ahead, he finds his phone, but there are no signals. Mike uses his laptop to make a video call to Lily and begs for her to help revealing his location. And Lily assures him that she will help him despite being mad at him for leaving her alone. Suddenly, the laptop gets wet with water and turns off. Mike opens the vents and decides to use them to make his way out, but when he reaches the room of the lady to the next to him, he learns that it is his own wife holding Katie as a baby. Mike gets startled and moves ahead, where he finds himself arguing with and disobeying his father. Mike gets sad, and after watching this all, as he moves forward, he comes across the body of a man named Kevin. Suddenly, the corpse starts moving and asking Mike for help, but Mike breaks the corpse and manages to make his way back to the room. He decides to get beer from the fridge, but as he opens it, he finds Olin in front of him and talks to him about how selfish he has been by breaking the concept of ghosts for people, which is their disbelief about life and death. Mike gets mad at him, stating that he is just doing his job. Mike returns to his bedroom and picks up his Bible but finds empty pages inside. Mike remembers the day when Katie told her parents that she knew she was going to die, and her mother started yelling, telling her about the heavens. After Katie dies, Mike's behavior changes and he gets mad at Lily for telling her the stories about the heavens rather than helping her fight. Mike feels cold, and upon checking, he finds that the temperature has fallen below -5 Celsius. He is lying on the ground next to the fire, trying to keep himself warm, when he listens to Lily's voice on his laptop. Mike rushes to his laptop and asks Lily whether he has informed the police. She tells him that the police are inside the room but cannot find him anywhere. Mike gets shocked after hearing this, and Lily informs him that she is coming for him when he tells her that he is going to die. Suddenly, another version of Mike starts talking to her and calls her immediately to the room, while the real Mike gets worried after seeing what is happening to him. After the call ends, the ground starts breaking and the picture of the ocean breaks, allowing a large amount of water inside the room. Mike gets drowned in the water, and when he awakes, he finds himself on the same beach where he fell while surfing. The same person approaches him, and Mike closes his eyes in the hospital with Lily in front of him. Mike gets happy that Lily has come all the way across for him. He tells her he has been at Delphin and contacted her, but no one remembers anything other than Mike himself. He tells Lily he has talked to and even touched Katie inside the room where he was about to die. Lily thinks Mike is in shock, so she ignores him. After that, Mike and Lily go for dinner, where he tells her that he loves her and apologizes for leaving her alone. Mike then gets distracted after seeing the lady who jumped out of the room, but he ignores her. When asked, Lily reveals that he will leave tomorrow because he has a job. On the other hand, Mike goes back to the same day he received the letter about room 1408, but this time the letter is missing. Mike completes his book and meets his father to apologize for his disobedience. When Mike tells his father about his new book, his father becomes happy for him. Mike returns to the post office and to submit a book to Sam, but he is informed that they are closed for today, and a few mysterious men start breaking into the post office after leading Mike inside the room. Mike becomes perplexed and begins crying because he has been outside. Mike finds a door in front of him, and as he opens it, Katie appears behind him and hugs him, stating that she misses him but is scared to lose him again. Mike hugs her, stating he is not letting her go anywhere, and Katie dies again in his arms. Suddenly, the same weird song starts playing, and Mike looks for the radio. He gets tired, and when he lies on the ground, he finds himself inside the room, as he has stepped in now, and the timer restarts for him. Mike receives a phone call in which he is informed that either he can repeat the hour a loop or check out of the room by killing himself. Mike gets inside the room to pick up his alcohol bottle when he finds a chandelier hanging in the room. Mike picks up the bottle and visualizes himself dead, but he ignores everything and picks up the phone. When asked about checking out, Mike replies that he is not going anywhere and is done arguing with her. The lady informs him that her wife is about to arrive, and they have killed his every friend. Mike tells us that he has been selfish his whole life, but he will not die that way. Mike smokes his last cigarette and burns the room using his alcohol bottle. Everyone in the hotel rushes out after listening to the alarm sirens, and Lily arrives. She approaches police officers and begs them to save her husband. On the other hand, Mike throws the ashtray outside the window, due to which he gets burned alive, and Mike starts laughing after listening to Katie state that everyone has to die. The scene shifts to Mike's funeral, where we see Lily and Sam performing the last rituals for Mike. After Lily gets free, Olin arrives and meets her. He tries to tell her that her husband sacrificed his life for good, as the room will not open for anyone. He tries to hand over Mike's belongings to her, but Sam interferes and leads Lily away. Olin returns to his car when he starts listening to Mike's voice recorder and realizes what Mike had been through. On the other hand, Mike is still inside the room and vanishes when Katie calls him, and the movie ends here. If you enjoyed the recap, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the bell notification to get notified when we post the next fascinating recap. It really helps the channel and encourages us to make more quality videos for you. And don't forget to comment down your favorite part of the movie. Thanks for watching.